It was supposed to be a training exercise, lifeguards preparing to fight fires on boats. Charles Davey has been a lifeguard for 17 years. He's done this before, but he's never seen anything like this. Davey gets away and swims to the safety of a rescue boat. Lifeguards rush him to the hospital and let the fire burn itself out.
The other lifeguards, they sure didn't panic, you know, in a panic situation. I think they did well recovering from that.
Lifeguards perform this exercise 2 to 4 times a year. Normally, the fire stays contained.
And unfortunately, we put a small amount of fuel in to get the fire going. And this time, apparently, some vapors collected in a pocket and exploded when our lifeguard attempted to get the fire going.
Lifeguards say despite the accident, training exercises like this one will continue.
On icy Interstate 8, a Jeep Grand Cherokee, out of control, rolls 5 times before coming to rest on its side. The first to reach it, a motorist who was involved in an accident just minutes before. He crawls inside and helps all 3 occupants to safety.
Yeah, I tried to get that lady out. She had a kid in the back in the car seat. Couldn't get the car seat off, so we cut it off with a knife.
Ralph Soto and his friend Tracy Binkins barely missed being hit by the rocketing SUV.
And as we were walking, we seen this, you know, that car just tumbling our way. You know,
How far did it miss you by?
I don't know, just 2 feet.
By the time the first emergency crews arrived on the scene, Interstate 8 was littered with the wreckage of 8 vehicles. In a stroke of luck, the only injuries here were minor.
A little stiffness in the neck, but right now I'm okay.
Emergency crews finally placed flares on the slick roadway to slow down oncoming traffic. As paramedics checked victims, a child safety seat gathered snow. A vivid reminder of how much worse this accident could have been.
These people walked away unscathed out of this crash. The odds are, if they had been not wearing seatbelts, every one of them would probably be dead at this point.
Let's go, hurry up.
Your weapon will be in your left shoulder.
We're going to make sure that we train to the best of our abilities.
Wherever they need us, we're going to be.
We have another group coming? Yeah, let's rock and roll. This training is critical regardless.
Our NCOs are outstanding. Our NCOs know this field extremely well, and they're passing their knowledge on to us, keep us alive.
Don't stop in the door.
You need to always know that there's not always going to be somebody there, but you always need to act like there's going to be somebody there.
We have units going all over the place.
There's different scenarios that they can encounter in an urban environment.
Keep moving.
Objectives are quite simple, but the technique and execution is very delicate.
I like to consider us the 911 force of the United States or as the world. Boy, we need to make sure these Marines are ready at all times. Train like you're going to fight.
There's a thread in there you will double tap. 2 rounds per Marine.
Where you go in the world, there's a building somewhere.
A lot of surprise threats that we like to set up. It's just, it keeps the Marines' minds open. It lets them know that there's different scenarios that they can encounter in an urban environment.
1, 2, 3, we're all in!
Save their lives. It could save the instructors' lives. It could save my life. It could save our friends' lives.
We try to make this training as intense as possible. But if they don't know what to do when they leave here, it's a good possibility they will die in combat.
Good advice. Blake Appleton's story, his battle with cancer and his dream of meeting Tim Tebow inspired people across the country. Fox 31 Denver took the lead and coordinated Blake's trip from Orlando to meet Tebow before yesterday's Broncos game. There was no large organization behind this, just one determined reporter who was inspired to make a young boy smile and forget about his health for just a moment. Deborah Takahara is here now to tell us how this all came together.
Well, Ron, we first heard about Blake's story after he got a call from his hero, Tim Tebow. I knew then we just had to make Blake's dream of meeting Tebow in person a reality. But with doctors giving him just 6 months to live, we would have to work very fast. And we were quickly overwhelmed with people and local businesses wanting to help make this possible.
Blake, nice to see you, buddy.
Blake Appleton's meeting with Tim Tebow was the chance of a lifetime.
You be rooting us on? Good, man. That's awesome. So good to see you.
But it was no chance meeting. It took people from Florida to Colorado to make it happen. At every turn, people volunteered their time and services, hoping to make Blake smile and forget about his cancer, if only for a while.
It was a very touching story. It's something that just touched all of us here at Sports Authority. You know, we were honored by the opportunity to be part of doing something for this young man.
Sports Authority donated a Tebow jersey. Enterprise Rent-A-Car offered the family a car for their stay.
Hello, buddy. Welcome to Denver. How you doing?
And a warm welcome to Colorado. Obermeyer Ski Wear heard of Blake's trip and wanted to make sure the family stayed warm.
Now you can go play in the snow.
And the surprises just kept coming.
KeyBank wanted to give you some spending money.
Oh, wow.
To use while you're here.
Fox 31 offered Blake and his family tickets to the game. Sunset Limo Service provided red carpet treatment. Denver police officers volunteered their time to escort Blake to and from the game and stayed at his side the entire time. The sky was the limit on Blake's first trip to Colorado. Sky Venture taking Blake indoor skydiving.
It just makes our day. I mean, it was the last day of the year, so it's going to make my year. This will be it. It'll be hard to top this.
And how do you top all that? Well, for an 8-year-old boy from Florida,
Anybody else ready to throw snow on?
you head to Vail to see snow for the very first time.
Knowing that it may be his last time doing this and seeing snow ever, we're really thrilled to be a part of that. It's great. It's something that I'll be able to cherish.
The effort that started with a little boy's wish to meet his football hero quickly snowballed into an outpouring of support that helped Blake create memories that will last forever.
No one wanted any recognition for helping make any of this possible, but we would like you to know all the people who pitched in to pull this off. We would also like to thank Chopper's Bar and Grill in Cherry Creek, Katie Mullins Restaurant downtown, and the Chop House. The zoo and the Denver Museum of Nature and Science are hosting Blake tomorrow, and then he will head home to Florida on Wednesday. And he is exhausted, but not once did he stop smiling and laughing, and that was
Isn't it
infectious.
amazing when everyone is touched by a certain story and they all pitch in without having their arm twisted to bring a little joy into somebody's life?
People were so generous, and it made it really easy to pull this off.
Yeah, and you know, if Tim Tebow never scores another touchdown,
he scored pretty good this weekend.
Yeah, his heart's in the right place.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that will never change. And by the way, nice job.
Oh, thank you.
Nice job. Way to
It
go.
made the holidays much more special this year.
That's what the holidays are all about.
Yeah.
Thanks, Deb.
Sure.
New year, new you.
Walking your newborn baby out of the hospital is an amazing experience, but for one Denver police officer, it meant the world to him. This was the inspiration that helped save his life and got him back on his feet again after he was shot in the line of duty, even though his doctors told him he may never walk again. He invited us to be there as he walked his baby out of the hospital on his own. It's a story you'll see only on Fox 31.
It's amazing. Makes everything awesome.
This is one proud pop-up, and he has every reason to be. He credits this little guy with helping to save his life.
My wife's pregnant, and all I could think about was making sure I stayed awake so that I could meet my baby.
That was Denver police officer Tony Lopez Jr. the day he got out of the hospital 5 months ago. He was shot 6 times during a traffic stop in December. The bullet he took to the leg severed a major artery and nearly killed him. Doctors told him he may never walk again, but he made a remarkable recovery, vowing one thing.
I need this to come on quick because I need to walk my baby out. I'm going to walk my baby out of the hospital.
Antonio Lopez Jr.
A month later, he promoted to sergeant, crossing the stage on crutches.
It means a ton. I mean, it just goes to show just how strong of a person he truly is.
Then on opening day at the Rockies, he was on one crutch, throwing out the first pitch of the season, all along keeping his goal in mind.
Finally ditched the crutches last week, which was huge because I said I was going to walk him out. And I still have to wear the brace, so it's not 100% ideal, but I can at least walk him out of the hospital like I said I was going to do, and I'm really excited and blessed to be able to do that.
Kristen Lopez admits in the days after the shooting, she worried her husband might not even make it to see this day.
I tried not to let it in my head, but I knew there was a possibility, so I kept my cool, and I don't think I broke down or lost it or anything like that, because I just knew that I had to stay strong.
Until you had him, then you were crying like a little baby.
Because he's perfect.
They named the baby Antonio Lopez the 6th.
You know, it was motivation to live and then motivation to get back on my feet.
The Lopezes say they drew strength from the community and all the people that sent well wishes to their family.
There's so many good people in the world, and this is...
Yeah, and that's the world he's coming into, and that's like really reassuring.
He's like surrounded with love, but from not just us, but like from everybody. It's just like, man, you're such a lucky little guy.
A lucky guy with a bright future, maybe even as a Denver police officer.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have 3 generations, I think, for the same PD, and we'll see what he wants to do. I don't think, we've talked about, we wouldn't shy him away from it if that's what he chose to do. And we'll find out early, probably, because when I was 2 is when I decided I wanted to do it. So I guess in a couple years we'll know. Thank you.
Until then,
oh, the wind blew on him.
This is the moment Daddy has been waiting for and working toward.
Perfect, heaven. Reached the first goal. I'm super happy about that.
Sergeant Lopez is wrapped up in being a new dad right now, but he is anxious to get back to work full time. He still faces more surgeries and physical therapy, but he wants to be able to run again, especially to chase after that little boy of his. And he wants to chase after him as he learns to ride a bike when he's old enough. And you know, he has the strength and determination to make that happen.
Now,